If you're watching this video, you missed problem number 4 on the exit slip covering equations with variable coefficients, or we sometimes call them literal equations. In this example, we were trying to solve for the variable a. We're trying to get a by itself, and our equation is c times a equals r divided by d plus b. So this can be a little bit tricky. We know on the left-hand side here, this c times a, to get a by itself, like they ask us to up here, we need to get rid of that c. But we've got some pretty ugly stuff over here that if we divide by c, many of us may not know exactly what we want to, how that's going to work. So another way of, instead of dividing by c, is multiplying by its reciprocal. In other words, multiplying by 1 over c. So I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to multiply by 1 over c, and I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to multiply by 1 over c. And when I do, I'm going to end up with this c canceling out this c, and so I get the a that they asked me to get. And over here, r over d times 1 over c, we just go straight across the top, multiply the two numerators together, and we multiply the two denominators together as well. So r times 1 is 1r, or just r, and d times c is just d times c. And we do the same thing with the b. b times 1 over c is just b times 1, b over c. So then when we go back up here to the top to see which is our correct answer, r over dc, we really don't have one exactly like ours. So what they have done is, because these two denominators are different, they added an extra step and they multiplied by the common denominator. They tried to get a common denominator, sorry, and the common denominator is going to be d times c. Well, that's easy over here on the left in this fraction. We already have our r, so that just copies. And then over here, to make this fraction have a denominator of c times d, or d times c, we must multiply both numerator and denominator by that d. And so on the top, b times d is just bd. Now when we go back up here and we look for the correct answer, bd plus r over dc is this. Now the order of some of those, dc, cd is the same thing, b times d, d times b is the same thing. So the correct answer is choice C.